Welcome everybody to Bot 10 Art. My name is Lazaro Gomez, and this is how I make buttons. So this is my character, Squidbie, kind of like a mascot, if you would. I've been drawing him for a while in my sketchbooks and stuff like that, and I kind of incorporated him into my company or my presence, and I just kind of feel like it's a representation of myself. So I'm a very lighthearted person. I like to joke around, have fun, and so Squidbie kind of represents that in a lot of ways, represents me in a lot of ways, I should say. And so I started doing some sketches, and I wanted to kind of have something more than just stickers to hand out whenever I see somebody or, somebody meets me out in the wild. And I decided it'd be kind of cool if I had my own little Squidbie pins that people can, you know, wear on their hats or clothes or stuff like that. And so I did a bunch of sketches, and I thought it'd be kind of cool if he had like different scenarios. So this is just one of the designs or one of the renditions that I came up with. Him being on a scooter, and you could see me, just kind of drawing him in his silly little hat, having the time of his life on this scooter. So I start off with some rough sketches with a paper background that kind of gives it this sketchy feeling, rather than just the cold digital feel of the tablet. And so I did a bunch of sketches, and then from there, kind of refined the design a little bit before I started doing all the line art. Once all the line art is done, I can start doing all the coloring, all the particular color that belongs to Squidbie, that dark green and light green, little spots and stripes and stuff like that. But here you can see me just kind of working on the line art, and I just thought it would be kind of funny if he had this little razor scooter and he's just putting along, minding his own business, living his best life, being the Squidbie that he is. And as you can see, I go through this process with all of my artwork. That way it kind of makes it easy for me because I basically created a blueprint of my own work, something that I can follow. It's easy to follow along once you have everything clear. You have an idea that you start with, you sketch that idea out, then you kind of refine it, because like the first part, you're just doing all the initial design, like, what is he doing? What these ideas that come to your mind. Oh, it'd be cool if he was on a scooter. It'd be cool if he was sitting on a bench. It'd be cool if he was eating a sandwich or snacks or whatever. And so at that point, your mind is just kind of flowing, right? You're just letting your imagination go, not really worried about technique or anything like that. You're just putting your ideas down. And then once you have that, then you can kind of go back and refine your design and tighten things up, and so you make a better sketch. Usually what I do is I'll sketch in a light blue pencil, just kind of throw these ideas out, and then kind of go back with a darker blue and tighten up the design. So basically omit what I don't like and keep what works, what I think is funny. And because after all, that's what my artwork is. It's it's funny, sarcastic. I deal with satire. I deal with images that maybe people would think are horrific, but I just think they're funny. Like somebody could see this squid and he doesn't even look like a squid, but in my mind, I think he's just funny the way that he looks. So you basically go through, you refine these, shapes in your design. And so that would be the next step of the blueprint. You started with a sketch, you refine the sketch, you do your line art. So the line art is nice and tight. I have a particular style that I adhere to. So I make lines, and you could see me erasing lines. just because it makes sense in my mind, and it's the way I've been doing it for years. But uh, yeah, so and then you just kind of keep going from there, right? So your sketch, like your rough sketch, your tight sketch, your line art, and your colors. And so here you could see these are Squidbie colors, right? And like I mentioned before, the light green, the dark green, his mouth, uh, the hat. These are all, his horns. These are all particular colors that I chose for Squidbie that remain his. So his teeth color, I don't want them to be like pearly whites. I just want them to be uh, kind of, used and like he exists in this world that maybe brushing your teeth doesn't matter. And I think that adds character. It's important, when you're doing these kinds of things to be cognizant of these things. The little details that kind of sell the image for you. So Squidbie is very much that way, you know. Um, so I just thought it'd be kind of cool to have him in in different scenarios, different situations, uh, to make a variety of buttons, and it's always a good thing to do more than just one design because then you have options. It's like, okay, well, maybe this is this year's button, and next year I don't want to give out the same button, so I have different designs, and I have them all kind of in my pocket, like just kind of keeping them, and I decide, whether I want to release them or not. Um, some ideas work, some don't, but you kind of have an overall feeling right away of what what I'm trying to accomplish, right? So that's why I like working this way, and it is kind of cool to just have variety. Always keep in mind that that's a good thing. Having multiple things of one thing um, is good, because maybe it doesn't work for a button. Maybe this design doesn't work for a button, but it does work for a sticker or a T-shirt design. Like I have a lot of stuff on Threadless, and I happen to notice that, yeah, that happens quite often. Sometimes I have a design that works better as a T-shirt or a sticker or a button, and so it's good to have variety. So here you can see I'm almost done with the design, adding the highlights, adding some texture, and that's it. That's how I make my buttons. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was good and educational and fun. And if you like it, stick around. There'll be more to come. Thank you.